I'm here with Rob Shirley, and we're in Cardigan Junction. Rob is an old friend of mine from South Africa, and it's great to be here with him today. Rob, would you just give us an overview of what's going on here, please?
Yeah, hi everyone, welcome to this by Cardigan Junction. And a special hello to you, Jono, for keeping well. Yeah, well, this is Cardigan Junction, which is loosely based on what we had when we were all together in Durban with the Durban Modular Railroaders. And I wanted to build a layout which was a linear layout running from staging to staging, and in this case from east to west and west to east.
Have you got an overview, a track plan that you could show us, please, Rob?
Yeah, sure. So we have west staging over here, ending up with east staging over here and the harbour. So the train would leave from west staging and would proceed through Tunnel 1, travelling in this direction, passing Birkenshaw Mine, and then travelling on around the layout, which in actual fact is going round the room, until we eventually arrive at the town or small town of Cardigan Junction, where we have a passing loop. So the passenger trains can come into the station on this line, and the main passing line is this one here.
Okay.
Leaving Cardigan Junction, we then pass up to the higher level, and we then pass the Ash Power. This is worked in conjunction with Birkenshaw Mine, so that we can have empties into the mine there, and empties coming out of the power station here, loads going into the power station here, and coming out as loads at the mine there. So continuous generation of traffic.
Okay, and the main line carries on?
The main line then carries on in an easterly direction, round the room again, and then comes back down here, where it then passes the shops where the engine and maintenance facilities are, and along here till we get to this junction, where it can then either go back into the staging, or it can then go down the branch to Durban Harbour itself.
Looks simple on there, but I think we're going to see it goes a long way round the room, right?
That is correct.
Okay, super, thanks. Tell you what, why don't we follow a train from one end to the other?
I chose to run NCE power cab and all the auxiliaries that go with it. This was based entirely on the fact that my pals that run the layout with me had already adopted this system for their DCC.
Yeah.
All my locomotives now have TCS valve decoders, which enables all the settings on one to be exactly the same as settings on all of them.
Okay.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a run through the system following the plan that we've just seen previously.
Yep.
And we're going to take a grain train from Westfield staging, and it's now standing in the staging yard in track number 3. And today it's been pulled by some quite ancient FP7s, an FP7 and FP booster.
Okay. Before we get going, Rob, it looks awfully busy at this end of the layout. Could you just explain what's going on here, please?
Yeah, right. Okay, you caught me out straight away before we even begun. When I started to build the layout, the plan was for east to west, west to east. But after several rebuilds, I've ended in the configuration I have now. So what I've done is I've taken quite a few liberties, modeller's license in great doses, and we now have 3 different places all in the same scene. It might not look prototypical, but it works well for our track plan and our operations
Okay,
sessions.
yeah.
So just quickly, these 4 trucks that you see here
Yeah,
represent the 4 staging lines at Westville.
yeah,
The background at slightly high level
yes.
represents Ash Power,
Okay, the power station, yes.
station. And then this foreground section from here to here represents Durban Docks.
Okay, modeller's license.
In great doses.
Love it.
Johnny, you won't like it, but it works for me. So the engineer is assigned one of these cabs. It's assigned what train and what locomotives he's going to take. So we press the select button. It asks you to enter the locomotive. In this case, it's 505. So it's 505. Enter. Now we have on the display the loco, and it's in forward, but 00 means it's not doing anything. Quick check to make sure we have the right loco. Yep, that's ours. So we can now start preparations for departure. So first step is press number 4 to start the engines.
Isn't that gorgeous?
That's a well decoder for you, lads.
Very nice.
Right, so we now can put the headlights on.
Yeah. See it? Good.
Brake test by pressing number 7 a couple of times. Pressing number 6 to release the brakes. And now all we need is a signal and we're ready to go.
Okay.
So we can start easing the throttle in. So we're now departing in an eastbound direction out of Westville staging and into Tunnel 1.
Okay. Lovely. Very nice. Okay, I'll follow the train around so we can see as she comes through this very long tunnel and comes out the other end. How long does that tunnel represent, Rob?
About 1.25 miles.
Okay.
So the longest one on our network.
And that brings us into
Into passing Birkinshaw
coal mine. Okay.
which is a 2.5% grade, which we're putting up.
Okay, lovely.
So we're now approaching the high level bridge over the major river that features on our layout. This is coming from the sea, the inlet behind the locomotive there, and under the high level bridge, and we have in the foreground the swing bridge, and this is so that barges and small vessels can proceed up into the harbour area.
I see we're approaching Bigfoot Creek. Bigfoot? Why Bigfoot, Rob?
Well, this was a major disaster that befell us during construction. I was standing on a pair of steps, reaching over to put the rock formation in the background there, and when I swung my left foot over to get a closer position, I managed to collect the bridge and totally destroyed it, to hoots of laughter from Adrian and Robin.
Yeah.
And so the area then became known as
Bigfoot Creek. Love it. And as we pass Bigfoot Creek, passing a rather magnificent mountain there in the background. Any history on that mountain, Rob?
Yes, we had a Ukrainian young lady staying with us for about a year and a half, and she was very artistic and also quite keen to help in the building and scenery work of our layout. And she painted that mountain for me. So we now call it Mount Natasha.
Mount Natasha. Great stuff. And we're now going into a tunnel, which...
Yeah, tunnel number 2.
Tunnel number 2. What a lovely name.
Quite original, yes.
Yeah, quite original.
So exiting tunnel 2, we pass a small working quarry and proceed in a eastward direction.
Fabulous.
We're passing an overbridge which is at the rear of Cardigan Junction, but using the large doses of modeller's license.
Ignore all the buildings in the foreground.
Yes, they represent Cardigan Junction.
We'll come back to that.
Yes, we're still quite a few miles away from it.
So she's disappearing down to the other side of the room again. So we're now on the other side of the room waiting for her to come out on the lower level of the bridge.
That's right now, so we're going over the swing bridge now on the track furthest from us.
Okay.
Which represents another river of similar proportions.
Yeah. Wow, you really have crammed a lot into a small space, Rob. And so, what? Oh, this is Bigfoot Creek again, isn't it? Yes.
But at the lower level, it really shouldn't be Bigfoot Creek.
So this is Smallfoot Creek.
So we're just approaching tunnel number 4 now, and ahead of us we have a signal which is showing a yellow aspect, which is indicating to the driver that he will be going into the loop at Cardigan Junction, as there is a westbound freight waiting on the main for this meet.
And coming out now in the middle track. Middle loop round into Cardigan Junction.
Now we're just coming up to the station of Cardigan Junction. Although we have the signal is off in front of us, the driver does have to stop for additional orders.
Okay, Rob, would you give us a quick overview of what's happening in Cardigan Junction, please?
Yes. Now, this again is modeller's license and huge chunks of liberty of doing what suits and fits for us.
Yeah.
We have 3 different places, again in the same scene. In the background we have the high level,
Which we came along just a few minutes ago.
That is correct.
Yeah.
And then that is after we've going around the room the first time. On almost round the room for the second time, we have now come into Cardigan Junction,
Yeah.
which consists mainly the 2 tracks in front of us, one being the main and the one nearest to us being the passing loop, which gives access to the station platform. In the foreground, it represents further on towards Durban Docks and Durban Station, and we had on the shops and repair area, and then the foreground track represents the line running through to the right to the docks and to the left into east staging.
But we have to go around the room again before we get to this foreground area, is that right?
That is correct.
Okay, I'm with you. Okay, and we're off. Oh, my team's all over me. Leaving Cardigan Junction, and it looks as though we're going up. What sort of grade is this, Rob?
2.5%. All the grades on the layout are 2.5%. I'll try to keep it to that without getting too steep.
And what are we going to come into as we go round the end of the room?
As we're going up the grade, we'll come to the turnout, which is the eastbound access into Ash Power.
Okay.
We will be staying on the main, and there is a passing loop which is also used for arrivals, and then there is the siding where the departures are made up.
So here we're coming towards Ash Power, is that right, Rob?
Yeah, that's correct. This represents the existence of the coal mine and the coal traffic that we can generate on our railroad. So it's loads from the mine arrive at Ash Power.
Is Ash named after anybody?
Yes, it is. One of our crew that operates with us on occasion is Norman Ash. Okay. And he liked to work the area here, and so we called it Ash Power.
Nice job. Okay, so now we're going around the other side of the room.
Yeah, you can follow it round if you want.
Okay. Coming back round this side of the room again, and
we're now on a 2.5% downward grade, and
this is Birkenshaw Coal is nowhere near us anymore, is it? We're now physically distant from it.
That's correct.
So now coming round on the lowest level, is that right? Yeah. Birkenshaw Coal, is there another name story in that?
Yes, another one of our group that was actively involved with us was Mike Birkenshaw.
Okay.
And it was one of his favourite areas of operation, so we gave him the honour of calling the mine after himself.
Okay.
Unfortunately, he's not with us anymore.
I understand.
But his memory lives on.
Now we're approaching that bridge again, aren't we?
Yes, we are now on the track nearest to us, and we have in actual fact now been round the room 2.5 times. And as mentioned previously, maybe not prototypical, but it enables us to run longer trains, longer journeys without being hindered by being from one place to another too quickly.
So it's gone from Bigfoot Creek to Smallfoot Creek. Is this Tinyfoot Creek?
Yes, you could call it that if you like.
Now we're coming up to that tunnel network again. What's on the other side of this tunnel, Rob?
We then immediately pass the shops as we exit the tunnel, and then we run around and head down towards the staging and the harbour.
Okay. Okay.
So in the foreground we have the shops area where the repairs are done.
Yep. Somebody busy welding.
approaching a signal which is showing a yellow aspect, and this indicates to the driver that he will be proceeding onto the branch that leads down to the harbour.
Lovely. And here we come into the harbour area, right?
Right, that's right, yes. So just on the other side of the silo, grain silo, is where we stop to break the power off. At this point here. So we're going to cut the power off now and move the locos away so that switching can take place within the harbour. So the assistant would go to the train, he'd pull the lever, and they're rather uncoupled.
Uncoupled, I love it. And this is the Durban Harbour part of the layout. We must be standing in the water then.
We are. We're getting our feet wet down Maiden Wharf.
I was just about to say that mill towers here, silos, reminded me of Maiden Wharf. Yeah, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
That just about concludes everything that I can think of to tell you at this stage. I hope you can now appreciate and understand why I had to take so many modelers' licenses and liberties to be able to make everything work. But hopefully from the video you can see that it does work.
Yes, absolutely.
And it keeps us happy anyway.
Yeah, thanks very much, Rob. I really enjoyed myself.
Now then, Jono, keep up the good work.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to know when the next video is posted, just hit the subscribe button below and I'll let you know. Thanks a lot. Bye.